A new season of Shield Hero is right around the corner, and I decided to check on YouTube to see what exactly we could find. And unfortunately, we stumbled across a Anime Matt video, and it is very much the essay type of deal that you were looking for. And unfortunately, that's all I got for this month. Sorry, we're pretty dried up.
I don't think it's much of a secret now that one of the shows I've been looking forward to the most each week is none other than The Rise of the Shield Hero.
Yes, The Rising of the Shield Hero, which has pretty much been accepted into modern anime culture as one of the go-tos for your favorite isekai shows. And it's been pretty big. I would say that it's very successful. And if you haven't watched it, I suggest you give it a good old-fashioned college try. And unfortunately, Matt did, and it's like he didn't retain anything that he saw. And unfortunately, we're in the first minute of this YouTube video, so I can't say all the things that I really want to say.
After all, I've stated many times that I'm, in fact, isekai trash.
Okay, we really need to get past this point of self-deprecation. I know that anime is kind of weird nowadays. I mean, it's always kind of just been weird. But we have to accept the fact that no one really cares what you're watching. I don't think anyone's going to chastise you for watching isekai or if you're watching harem shows, but I will chastise you if you're watching shonen and that's all you watch. You know, for some reason, it's like you can't find anything better to watch, but that video's a little bit later on. Don't worry about it.
Nevertheless, the show actually holds a special place in my heart because, well, Shield Hero is no hero.
Ladies and gentlemen, the pinnacle of writing an essay.
You're going to be hearing me say this a lot.
He definitely isn't wrong about that. This whole video hinges upon the fact that it's almost semantics, but you didn't hear that from me.
This is a pretty important fact because it differentiates itself by creating, in essence, an anti-hero story.
Oh my dear lord.
Classic isekai very rarely swing this way.
Well, Matt, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt on this one, that Redo of Healer is a show that is almost exactly like this, except that one came out in 2021, and your video came out in 2019. So, to be fair, I'll let you skip that one, but however, we will bring up the other shows that are just like this. There are some anime like ReZero, Arifureta, and even Roka, Braves of the Six Flowers. And if you really want to stretch it, you could put in Goblin Slayer, but even that's a little bit of a stretch. But again, these are not necessarily that rare, it's just that you don't watch them. And it's very apparently just, I don't know. Did you watch anything? Do you watch anything? I mean, this was back in the heyday. 2019, you were watching a whole bunch of stuff, I would have to assume. So, did we forget about those shows? And before you have to, think about this going forward in the video, just if you're watching this, don't worry, this is only the first time he's going to be wrong.
Most often, the protagonists in modern isekai are, well, heroes. I mean, you got shows like Sword Art Online, ReZero, No Game No Life, and hell, even that time I got reincarnated as a slime.
Now, for the people that have already seen ReZero, you already know that it's pretty much a show where the main character kind of low-key gets treated like shit. So, if anything, this only proves the point that you probably didn't remember, or you just looked down a list and you said, you know what, that's an isekai, just throw that in there.
Even some of the characters who definitely fall into the gray areas, such as Ainz from Overlord, despite his goal being world domination, treats his citizens with respect and cares for their well-being. Anti-hero isekai are usually only briefly brought up in shows like, very debatably may I add, Konosuba, a satire on the genre as a whole.
I'm gonna get hit with PTSD because we have to bring up Konosuba, and this will probably be like the second video in a row. I just can't do it with you guys. Does anyone watch isekai? Like, you're supposed to be the isekai guy. Is he really an anti-hero?
So, when I heard that we were getting an adaptation of a true drama isekai starring an anti-hero, I just knew that I was going to get hooked. And sure enough, here I am 4 episodes deep, making a video on it.
So you guys remember from the previous times that we've encountered an AntiTuber not doing their proper research. Don't worry, there's a whole bunch of them. I would not damage you in that way to have to go look through all of them. But This is a part of that 3-episode test, except this time we got to episode 4. So let's go ahead and take with this information what we can and put it in our hearts and our ears, and let's go ahead and listen to this magnificent creature talk about something they know nothing about.
So what makes our main character Naofumi an anti-hero? And how does that differ from our traditional sense of the hero's journey? Well, first and foremost, the shield hero is put through a tough conflict at the beginning of the series.
Bro, all you had to do was just, open like a tab or something like that, or, look at your phone and then just say, Naofumi, and then that would have been it. Like, you had time to edit this, whatever. I'm just yelling at a fucking brick wall.
He basically spawns into this world, gets told that he is weak and useless in comparison to the rest of the summoned heroes, and is sent off with only one companion. But it doesn't end there. This companion conspires behind his back and falsely accuses the shield hero of rape and is robbed and then shamed throughout the world.
No, let's slow down here, Matt. That last part, you got everything pretty okay. It's a little shaky at best, but you got there. But the part at the end, it's not the entire world. It's only this one particular kingdom. Again, this is all right here in these first 4 episodes.
The only reason he's not executed, simply being that he's one of the summoned heroes. Most traditional hero stories would have their protagonists hold their head up high and try to make things right. But this is where the hero's journey branches away from our anti-hero story.
Go ahead and strap it in. This is gonna be the fun part of the video. But I guess before that, I should do a shout out for the YouTube members that have been supporting the channel, and you can become one for only $1 a month. And thanks to Rainbow Ortega, Pokemon Red 12, and to Hey I'm Turtle. And those are the highest contributors. I'm sorry, I gotta shout them out. But now we can get to the stupid shit that we're gonna listen to.
Instead of holding his head up high, he decides to embrace the hatred and double down, going as far as buying a slave.
Oh my dear lord, this is so awful. It's like you didn't watch any of it.
Not to save her from captivity or to heal her wounds, but to use her as a weapon.
Every time you say something stupid, I feel like I just take a lot of physical damage in. And I don't know why. It's like you didn't retain any information. Like the lights were on, but no one was home. And then you just, shit out this video instead.
I'm going to repeat this for all of you who might be getting triggered by this. Shield hero is no hero.
Maybe I should just end the video here. Do you think so? I mean, you can't respond in real time, but just imagine that I ended it here. So for the sake of time, I really just want to skip over this next little segment that has nothing to do with anything. It's just a lot of rambling, but this next part, this is the pinnacle.
There's actually 2 ways this show gets you invested in our anti-hero protagonist. The first is that he exhibits some traits that most people find endearing. He's hardworking, constantly going above and beyond what is expected of him. He grinds every day and uses every opportunity he finds to get more EXP and to make more money.
That's right. Get your money up, not your funny up.
Secondly is that he is clever. He understands that everyone in the kingdom hates him.
So you remember that part from earlier when you said the whole world? Now we've scaled it down to the kingdom. Again, this is 4 episodes. We had 4 episodes for this, Matt. 4 of them.
So instead of just accepting it and being discriminated against, he pushes everyone into fearing him.
This is the best way that I can tell that when you watch this, you must have had the fucking subtitles off and the volume down. Because anybody that actually watched this show can probably tell you with maybe 99.99% certainty that he didn't push people into fearing him. He did it because he knew he wouldn't get the time of day. And also, the shopkeep was already discriminating against him anyways. Did you watch this show, or did you just sleep through it?
He uses his damage reduction abilities to bring in enemies, then sets them onto people who don't treat him fairly.
My man, this was one scene that this happened in. What show were you watching?
Thusly, no one gets in his way. And finally, he's not all that bad of a guy. When the first wave comes, he chooses to defend the villagers. As for Raphtilia, he does treat her well, heals her, and buys her toys.
Hey, you remember that first part of your script? It doesn't matter. You're just full of shit. You know what, Matt? You're so full of shit. God damn it. You're so full of shit. I'm so mad at you that I have to do this video.
Then again, she is his slave and, well, Shield Hero is no hero.
No, you know what? I'm not doing the rest of this video. Because you know what? I have better things to do in my day than to listen to some AntiTuber tell me that they didn't watch a show and then make a whole video about it. Instead of listening to this dent head, I guess we can have some fun at the very end of this video. And I guess it's not really that fun depending on who you are, but if you are a member, then we can definitely set up something where we can play some games together, because I definitely want to put out more video game content, whether that be reviews, because like all dying channels, I just switched to playing video games and telling you about them. But maybe it'd just be fun, I don't know. But with that being said, if you want to watch the rest of this video, the link's gonna be in the description anyways, and then you too can find this video, as stupid as it is. And also prepare yourself for Shield Hero Season 3. So with that being said, friends, I will see you probably in the next one.